Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shivasudi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम् देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। तुलसी राधे गोविंद भगवान की जय। तो श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
जय।
कृष्ण हरे। श्लोक दिख नहीं रहे स्वामी। थैंक्सगिविंग में तो टाइम है। थैंक्सगिविंग में तो टाइम है अभी। लोग ऑलरेडी छुट्टी पे गए लगता है। तो हरे कृष्णा करुण।
हरे कृष्णा।
शुरू करते हैं। तो कल हम लोग
हेलो।
आ रही आवाज?
हाँ।
तो कल हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे। वी स्टार्टेड रीडिंग द 16th अध्याय और 16वें अध्याय में हम लोग कालिया दमन के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं। कैसे कालिया नाग यमुना नदी में वास कर रहा था एंड एवरीथिंग वाज सो पॉइजनस एंड कृष्ण भगवान यमुना नदी को कालिया नाग से पार लगाते हैं। तो वी आर रीडिंग हाउ लॉर्ड श्री कृष्णा's lotus feet touches the 1,000 hoods of Kāliya Nag. Yeah, Sahastra hoods, Sahastra fun. After that happens, Lord Krishna brings him down, and then all the wives of Kāliya Nag, are praying to Lord Shri Krishna. They are praying so that they can revive Kāliya Nag. But all the prayers which we have been reading have been so blissful, like how the Nag wives, the Kāliya Nag wives have been praying. It's such a glorification of Lord Shri Krishna. That's what we have been reading. And it's continue to read, right? Yesterday we read this shlok. Namah Krishnaya Ramaya Vasudev Sutaya Cha Pradyumanaya Aniruddhaya Satvatam Pati Namah. We offer our obeisances to Lord Krishna and Lord Ram, the sons of Vasudev, and to Lord Pradyuman and Lord Aniruddha. We offer our respectful obeisances unto the master of all the saintly devotees of Lord Vishnu. Yeah, who is saying this?
The wives of
Kāliya
Nag.
So they are praying to Lord Sri Krishna. Right? So we will start reading the shlok 46, Ajit. Ajit.
नमो गुण प्रदीपाय गुणात्मच्छादनाय च गुण वृत्तिपलक्ष्याय गुण दृष्टे स्वसंविदे. Obeisances to you, O Lord, who manifest varieties of material and spiritual qualities. You disguise yourself with the material qualities, and yet the functioning of those same material qualities ultimately reveals your existence. You stand apart from the material qualities as a witness and can be fully known only by your devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, now wives are saying that, of course, Lord manifests all varieties of material and spiritual qualities like gun pradipaya, gunatma chadayanacha. Yeah, but what is most important in this shlok, what the Navais are saying is you stand apart from the material qualities as a witness. Yeah, guna draste. But the most important thing is swa samvide. Swa samvide. What that means is you can be fully known only by your devotees. Yeah, the devotees who are dedicated, who have surrendered to Lord Shri Krishna, they only can understand Lord Shri Krishna, is what is mentioned. Nice purport. Let's read this, Tarun.
The word gunas conveys various meanings. The three basic qualities of material nature, that is, goodness, passion, and ignorance. Excellent qualities one manifests because of piety and spiritual achievement or the internal senses, such as the mind and intelligence. The word pradipaya means unto him who manifests or illumines. Thus, Nagapatnis. Here, the Nagapatnis are addressing the Supreme Lord as He who manifests all material and spiritual qualities and who causes the living entities to be conscious. One can see the Lord by going beyond the screen of material nature, and therefore he is called Gunatma Chadyanaya. If one methodically and intelligently studies the functioning of the material qualities, he will ultimately conclude that there is a Supreme Personality of Godhead and that he exhibits his illusory potency to bewilder those who do not surrender unto him. The Lord is never affected by the modes of nature, being their witness, and thus he is called Guna Drashtre. The word Swa indicates one's own, and thus Swa Samvide means that Lord Krishna can be known only by his own people, the devotees, and also that ultimately only the Lord can know himself perfectly. Therefore, we should take Lord Krishna's instructions in Bhagavad Gita and immediately come to the right conclusion. Full surrender to the Lord's lotus feet. Thus, we should humbly glorify the Lord, following the example of the Nagapatnis. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Avyakrit viharaya sarvavyakrit siddhe Rishikesha namastestu muniye monashiline. O Lord Rishikesh, master of the senses, please let us offer our obeisances unto you, whose pastimes are inconceivably glorious. Your existence can be inferred from the necessity for a creator and revealer of all cosmic manifestations. But although your devotees can understand you in this way, to the non-devotees, you remain silent, absorbed in self-satisfaction. Yeah. Rishikesha namastestu muniye mon means non-devotees, you remain silent, but sarva vyakrit siddhiye, right? His existence can be inferred from the necessity of a creator and revealer of all cosmic manifestations. And devotees can understand him in this particular way. Right? Okay.
For our Gatigyaय सर्वाध्यक्षाय ते नमः अविश्वाय अविश्वाय च विश्वाय तद्दृष्टे अस्य च हेतवे. Obeisance unto you, who know the destination of all things, superior and inferior, and who are the presiding regulator of all that be. You are distinct from the universal creation, and yet you are the basis upon which the illusion of material creation evolves, and also the witness of this illusion. Indeed, you are the root cause of the entire world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Nagpatnis, of course, continue to pray to Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah. Says Paravargati Gyaya. Yeah. Who knows the destination of all things, whether it's superior or inferior. And who is the presiding regulators of all that. Sarvadakshaya. Sarvadakshaya. Yeah. Then they are also saying like Avishwasaya. Avishwasaya. That is distinct from the universal creation. At the same time, the universe is based on Vishwaya. Tad driste asyacha hetve. Like basis on which the illusion of material creation evolves. And also the witness of this illusion. Indeed, you are the root cause of the entire world. Yeah. But says the words per and hour indicate superior shuttle elements and inferior gross ones. The words also indicate superior personalities, devotees of the Lord, and inferior personalities who are unaware of the glories of the Lord. Lord Krishna knows the destiny of all superior and inferior entities, animate and inanimate. And as the supreme absolute truth, he remains in his unique position above everything, as indicated by the word Sarva Adakshaya. Yeah? Tarun?
Tvam hiyasya janma sthiti samayam vibho guner aniho krita kala shakti dhruk tat tat swabhavan pratibhodyan yan satah samiksha kayamogha vihara hihase. O Almighty Lord, although you have no reason to become involved in material activity, still you act through your eternal potency of time to arrange for the creation, maintenance, and destruction of this universe. You do this by awakening the distinct functions of each of the modes of nature, which before the creation lie dormant. Simply by your glance, you perfectly execute all these activities of cosmic control in a sporting mood. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Moga Vihara, you say, like in the sporty mood, just by his glance, all the activities are executed, right? The universes are created from dormant to active. Yeah, what is being mentioned. Yeah. Ajay?
Skeptics may question why the Supreme Lord has created the material world, which is full of birth, maintenance, and death. Here, the Nagapatnis point out that the Lord's pastimes are amog, beyond any discrepancy. Sri Krishna actually desires that all conditioned souls live with him in his eternal kingdom, but those forgetful souls who are inimical to their loving relationship with God must go to the material world and be subject to the conditions of time. The fortunate conditioned souls are startled into remembrance of their actual position as loving servants of the Lord. And from within the heart, the Lord then encourages them to come back home, back to Godhead, where time is conspicuous by its absence and where eternal blissful existence supersedes the dramatic but disturbing functions of cosmic creation and annihilation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, that's the difference between a spiritual world and materialistic world. Yeah. Like in the spiritual world, time is absent. There is no time. Yeah. Where eternal blissful existence supersedes the dramatic material creations and annihilation. Yeah. That's the difference in spiritual and materialistic world. Kashevate mustarvastrilokyam shanta ashanta utmudyo nayah shanta hai priyaste radhunavitum satam istatushchate dharma paripashyayet. Therefore, all material bodies throughout the three worlds, those that are peaceful in the mode of goodness, those that are agitated in the mode of passion, and those that are foolish in the mode of ignorance, all are your creations. Still, those living entities whose bodies are in the mode of goodness are especially dear to you, and it is to maintain them and protect their religious principles that you are now present on the earth. Yeah, this is what Nag Patnis are telling to Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah, that there are of course three qualities. We know that there are three gunas, right? Mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, right? But then what they are saying is that still all are your creations. Yeah, what Nag Patnis are saying is all these are still your creators, and then you look at everyone equally. Yeah, but what is being mentioned here, and which is very important for us, right? It says, so Shanta hai. So first of all, Shanta is Satogun, Ashanta, right? Like passive mood. Moodyo naya hai is ignorance mood. Yeah, Tam, Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. But then all are equal for Lord Shri Krishna is what those Nag Patnis are saying. But then they are saying that Shanta hai Priyaste. Like people who are in Sadogun are still especially dear to you, right? So all are equal, but people who are in Sadogun, who are the devotees, are especially dear to Lord Shri Krishna is what is mentioned here. Yeah, it says that all are your creations. Still, those living whose bodies are in the mode of goodness are especially dear to you, and on top of it, it's because of them to maintain them and protect their religious principles that you are now present on earth. Yeah, dharma paripashyayate. Like only for that Lord Shri Krishna is appeared, is what Nag, wives of Nag Kanya say. Tarun?
अपराध सकृद भारतः भद्रः सोढस्य स्वप्रजाकृतः शन्तुमहर्षि शान्तामनं मूढस्य त्वामजानतः. At least once, a master should tolerate an offense committed by his child or subject. O Supreme Peaceful Soul, you should therefore forgive our foolish husband who did not understand who you are. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So Nag Patnis are saying, Aparadha Sakrid Bharta. Basically, what they are saying is at least some offense is, ignored by the master if it's committed by his child, right? So you ignore all those offenses, and so therefore, Kshantur Mahasi Shanta Atmana Mudhasya Tvam. Yeah, my foolish husband, please forgive him, right? Who did not understand who you are. Says here, because of their extreme anxiety, in this verse, Kaliya's wives mention the same idea twice, that the Supreme Lord should kindly forgive their foolish husband. The Supreme Lord is Shantama, the Supreme Peaceful Soul, and therefore the Nag Patni suggests it would be proper for him to overlook at least this once the great offense committed by the ignorant Kaliya. Ajay?
Anugrahishwa Bhagavan Prana Satyajati Pannagaha Strinam na sadhu shocyanam patih pranah pradiyatam. O Supreme Lord, please be merciful. It is proper for the saintly to feel compassion for women like us. The serpent is about to give up his life. Please give us back our husband, who is our life and soul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So that's what they are requesting. Sadhu Suchanam Patiha Prana Pradiyatam. They are requesting for their husband, Kaliya Nag, yeah, to get back from Lord Shri Krishna. Videhi taking Karina Manutestesham Tvagya Yachudraya Anutishtan Ve Muchyate Sarvato Bhaya. Now please tell us, your maidservants, what we should do. Suddenly, anyone who faithfully executes your order is automatically freed from all fear. So the Nag Patnis are asking Lord Shri Krishna, like, what should they actually do so that they can get the Kāliya Nag back. Correct?
Shri Shukvacha Ithadam Sa Nagpatni Big Bhargavanam Sam Vishyutah Murchitam Bhagna Shirasam Visasarjanagri Kutaneha Kutanane. Sukadev Goswami said, thus praised by the Nagpatnis, the Supreme Personality of Godhead released the serpent Kāliya, who had fallen unconscious, his head battered by the striking of the Lord's lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So then, Lord Shri Krishna releases the Kāliya serpent from his bondage. And based on the Nagpatni's request. Ajay?
प्रतिलब्धेन्द्रिय प्राणः कालियः शण्वै हरिं कृच्छ्रात् समुच्छ्वसन दीनः कृष्णं प्राह कृताञ्जलि. Kāliya slowly regained his vital force and sensory functions. Then, breathing loudly and painfully, the poor serpent addressed Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in humble submission. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Krishnam Praha Kritanjali. So,
Kāliyevacha Vayam Khala Sahotpatya Tamasa Dhirga Manyavaha Swabhavo Dustajajo Natha Lokanam Yad Asad Graha. The serpent Kāliya said, our very birth as a snake has made us envious, ignorant, and constantly angry. O my Lord, it is so difficult for people to give up their conditioned nature, by which they identify with that which is unreal. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so the Kāliya is actually now praying, and he is actually saying that our birth as a snake actually makes us by default envious, ignorant, and constantly angry. That's the nature already in that particular body. Yeah. And so what he's saying is Swabhavo Dustajo Natre. Like, how can, so my Lord, it is so difficult for people to give up their conditional nature. Yeah, is what is mentioned here. Tvaya sristamidam vishvam dhatur guna visarjanam nana swabhaviyo joni bijasya akriti. O Supreme Creator, it is you who generate this universe, composed of the variegated arrangement of the material modes. And in the process, you manifest various kinds of personalities and species, varieties of sensory and physical strength, and varieties of mothers and fathers who originated mentalities and forms. Yeah. Ajay?
Vayam cha tatra bhagwan sarpa japtyo rumanyavaha Katham Tada Mastavanayam Dustayajam Mohita Swayam. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, among all the species within your material creation, we serpents are by nature always enraged. Being thus deluded by your illusionary energy, which is very difficult to give up, how can we possibly give it up on our own? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the very important thing here is what the Nag is saying, right? Kāliya Nag is now praying. He's saying, we serpents by nature are always enlarged. Yeah. Sarpa Jaturu Manyava hai. Yeah. And then, of course, with the Maya, illusory energy is the Maya. It's very difficult to give up. So how can it be possible? Give it up on their own, right? Without any reasoning. Huh?
Bhavan hi karnam tatra sarvagyo jagdishwarah anugram nigram va manyase tadha videhinam. O Lord, since you are the omniscient Lord of the universe, you are the actual cause of freedom from illusion. Please arrange for us whatever you consider proper, whether it be mercy or punishment. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So the Kāliya pretty much surrenders, and then he's saying that you can arrange whatever you think is right. Yeah, whether it can be anugraham, yeah, or it can be nigraham. Yeah, mercy or punishment. Anugraham, nigraham. And basically, yat videhi naha. So if so that's how, yeah, the Kāliya Nag is actually asking for the Kshama, but then he leaves it to Lord Shri Krishna, whether it's mercy or punishment, whatever you want to give. Yeah, Ajay?
Shri Shuk Uvach Itya Karnya Vachah Praha Bhagwan Karya Manushaha Natrasthayam Tvaya Sarpa Samudram Yahi Machiram Swagatya Patyadarayo Goni Bhibhujyate Nadi. Sukdev Goswami said, after hearing Kāliya's words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was acting the role of a human being, replied, O serpent, you may not remain here any longer. Go back to the ocean immediately, accompanied by your retinue of children, wives, and other relatives and friends. Let this river be enjoyed by the cows and humans. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so that's what Lord Krishna advises to Kāliya. Ye tat sansmarena martyastu bhyam mad anushasanam kirtayannu bhayo sandhyorna yusmad bhayat ma prayat. If a mortal being attentively remembers my command to you to leave Vrindavan and go to the ocean, and narrates this account at sunrise and sunset, he will never be afraid of you. Yeah. What Lord Krishna is saying to Kāliya Nag is that if anyone who attentively remembers and listens to this katha, essentially, yeah, and narrates this, he will never be afraid of the Nags, is what Lord Shri Krishna is telling. Tarun?
Yosmim snatva mad akride devadim tarpadyej jaleha upasya mam smaranam arket sarva papeha pramuchyate. If one bathes in this place of my pastimes and offers the water of this lake to the demigods and other worshipable personalities, or if one observes a fast and duly worships and remembers me, he is sure to become free from all sinful reactions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, what is being mentioned here, and Sukdev Goswami is saying this. What lake are we talking about here? The water of this lake? Yeah, what Nadi is there in Vrindavan?
Yamuna River.
Yamuna River, right? That's where Kalyanag goes. Kalyanag goes into Yamuna River. Lord Shri Krishna takes him out, sends him to the ocean, and then, that lake becomes the lake for the devotees. And what is being mentioned is if one bathes in this place of my pastimes, right? So if anyone who is taking the bath in the Yamuna River here, or if one observes a fast and dual worships and remembers me, he is sure to become free from all sinful reactions. He says here, Sarvo Papeha Pramuchyate. Anyone who is hearing the story of Kaliya Nag and anyone who goes to worship and take bath in the water, right, in that place, saying that he is sure to become free from all sinful reactions. Sarva pape pramuchyate is what is being mentioned. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Rina ji.
Krishna Bhaiya, sorry, I got stuck in some work.
Yeah.
Dvipam Ramadkam Hitva Hridametu Mupashritah Yad Bhayatsa Suparnastvam Nadyatma Padalaknshitam. Out of fear of Garun, you left Ramanak Island and Ramanak Island and came to take shelter of this lake. But because you are now marked with my footprints, Garun will no longer try to eat you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So after itni prayers ke baad mein, Nag, wives of Nag and Kaliya himself, right? Lord Shri Krishna leaves him and he is asking the Kaliya Nag to go to ocean and leave Yamuna River. And because Kaliya Nag was afraid of Garud, he was saying Dvipap Ramanakam. Yeah, that's why they used to live in that island, Ramanakam. He left that, came to Yamuna River because of the fear of Garud. But what Lord Sri Krishna is telling him now is, because now you are marked with my footprints, yeah, the lotus dust of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, Garud will no longer try to eat you. Is how Lord Sri Krishna is assuring him. Hmm? Shri Shivacha Mukto Bhagavata Rajan Krishnena Adbhut Karmana Tam Pujyamase Muda Nagapanyascha Sadhuram. Sukdev Goswami continued, my dear king, having been released by Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose activities are wonderful, Kaliya joined his wives in worshipping him with great joy and reverence. Yeah. Says Krishna's Adbhut Karmana, Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose activities are Adbhut. Yeah, activities are Adbhut, wonderful. Yeah, Kaliya Nags and wives were praying him. Tarun?
Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur comments as follows on this verse. The word Adbhuta Karmana indicates the Lord's wonderful activities of saving the residents of Vrindavana from Kāliya, saving Kāliya himself from Garuda, and bestowing grace upon both the victims of violence and the committer of that violence. The word Krishnena by Krishna indicates that because Kaliya's wives were great devotees of the Lord and offered him loving affection, Krishna withdrew Kṛṣṇam, both Kaliya's offense against the Lord's devotee Garuda and that against the residents of Vrindavana who were very dear to him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ajay?
दिव्यांबर संग मणिभिः पराध्यैरपि भूषणैः दिव्यगन्धानुलेपैश्च महत्योत्पलमालया पूजयित्वा जगन्नाथं प्रसाद्य गरुध्वजम् ततः प्रीतोऽभिनिज्ञात परिक्रम्याभिवन्दन्ति तम् सकलत्र सह सुहृतपुत्रो द्वीपमद्मव्येज गामः तदैव सामृतजला यमुना निवेशाभवत् अनुग्रहात् भगवतः क्रीडामानुषरूपिणः. Kāliya worshipped the Lord of the universe by offering him fine garments along with necklaces, jewels, and other valuable ornaments, wonderful scents and ointments, and a large garland of lotus flowers. Having thus pleased the Lord, whose flag is marked with the emblem of Garu, Kāliya felt satisfied. Receiving the Lord's permission to leave, Kāliya circumambulated him and offered him obeisances. Then, taking his wives, friends, and children, he went to his island in the sea. The very moment Kāliya left, the Yamuna was immediately restored to her original condition, free from poison and full of nectarian water. This happened by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was manifesting a human-like form to enjoy his pastime. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That's it. So the Kāliya goes to the ocean, and this also ends the purpose of the humble servants of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to the 10th canto, 16th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Krishna Chastises the Serpent Kāliya. Yeah, the Krishna. So we still have 10 more minutes if you want to continue reading. Yeah. So we completed chapter 16. So the chapter 17, the history of Kāliya, like why was Kāliya now living in Yamuna river? So that's what we'll read now. Start with this. Renaji?
राजोवाच नागालयं रमणीयकं कथं तत्याज कालियः कृतं किं वा सुपर्णस्य तैनेकना समञ्जसम्. Having thus heard how Lord Krishna chastised Kāliya, King Parikshit inquired, why did Kāliya leave Ramyak Island, the abode of the serpents, and why did Garun become so antagonistic toward him alone? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So the Kāliya, of course, now moves to the ocean, but King Parikshit is asking Sukdev Goswamiji now to tell why he had to leave Ramanakam. Yeah. And then also, why did Garud, that is Suparna, Garud become so antagonistic toward him alone, is what Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukdev Goswami to recite. Shri Shukvacha Uphareha Sarpajane Masi Masi hai yo bali Vanaspatyo Mahabaho Naga Nam Pranka Nirupita Swam Swam Bhagam Prayachanti Naga Parvani Parvani Gopitha Tyatmana Sarve Suparnaya Mahatmane. Sukdev Goswami said to avoid being eaten by Garud, the serpents had previously made an arrangement with him whereby they would each make a monthly offering of tribute at the base of a tree. Thus, every month on schedule, O mighty armed King Parikshit, each serpent would duly make his offering so that powerful carriers of the Vishnu as a purchase of protection. Yeah, so Sukdev Goswami is telling about the story, why and how Kāliya came to Yamuna river. Yeah. Ajay?
Vishwavirya Madhavishta Kadvadestu Kāliya Kadarthi Kritya Garudam Swayamta Bhujabhe Balim. Although all the other serpents were dutifully making offerings to Garud, one serpent, the arrogant Kāliya, son of Kadru, would eat all these offerings before Garud could claim them. Thus Kāliya directly defied the carrier of Lord Vishnu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Sukdev Goswami is telling this story, right, to Parikshit Maharaj about why Kāliya came to Yamuna. So he's saying that at once upon a time, all the serpents, all the snakes, they used to make offering to Garud. Yeah. But what they are saying is, all these offerings, before Garud could claim them, was taken away by Kāliya, son of Kadru. That's the story we are reading right now. Yeah, Tarun?
Chakrutva kupito rajan bhagwan bhagvat priyah vijidha sumrhavegam kalyam samupadravata. O king, the greatly powerful Garuda, who is very dear to the Supreme Lord, became angry when he heard of this. Desiring to kill Kāliya, he rushed towards the serpent with tremendous speed. Hare Krishna.
Imagine.
Tamapatantam tarasa vishayudhaha pratyabhyayaduthit naikamastakah dadbhi suparnam vyadashad dadayudha karala jivokshasito agralochanaha. As Garud swiftly fell upon him, Kāliya, who had the weapon of poison, raised his numerous heads to counterattack. Showing his ferocious tongues and expanding his horrible eyes, Kāliya then bit Garud with the weapons of his fangs. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Sukdev Goswami is describing the fight between Garud and Kāliya. Yeah? Tam takshar putra sanirashya manyumana प्रचंड वेगो मधुसूदनासनः पक्षेन सव्येन हिरण्यरोचिषा जघान कद्रु सुतमुग्र विक्रम. The angry son of Taraksha, moved with overwhelming speed in repelling Kāliya's attack, that terribly powerful carrier of Lord Madhusudan struck the son of Kadru with his left wing, which shone like gold. Yeah. Okay.
Suparna Pakshabhitah Kāliyo Ativ Vihvalah Hridam Vivesh Kalindyastadagyam Durasadam. Beaten by Garud's wing, Kāliya was extremely distraught, and thus he took shelter of a lake adjoining the river Yamuna. Garud could not enter this lake. Indeed, he could not even approach it. Hare Krishna.
Tatra kada jalcharam garudo bhashyamipasitam nivritam sobharina prasaha sutitostaharatah. In that very lake, Garuda had once desired to eat a fish, fish being after all his normal food. Although forbidden by the sage Sobhari, who was meditating there within the water, Garuda took courage and, feeling hungry, seized the fish. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, what we are reading is the think behind why Kāliya came to Yamuna river is what we are reading, right? And why did he not get along with Garud? Yeah, that's the story we are reading right now. Rinaji?
सुदुःखिता दृष्ट्वा दीनान्मीन पतोहते कृपया सौभरिः प्राह तत्रत्य क्षेममाचरन्. Seeing how the unfortunate fish in that lake had become most unhappy at the death of their leader, Saubhari uttered the following curse under the impression that he was mercifully acting for the benefit of the lake's residents. Hare Krishna.
Ajay?
अत्र प्रविश्य गरुणो यदि मत्स्यान् स खादति सद्यः प्राणे विर्युज्येत सत्यमेतद् ब्रवीम्यहम्. If Garud ever again enters this lake and eats the fish here, he will immediately lose his life. What I'm saying is the truth. Hare Krishna.
What happened here is, what's going on here? Garud ever enters again in this lake, right? That Yamuna river. If the Garud comes, the Saurabhi Muni gave him the curse, right? That if Garud enters the Yamuna river, then he will immediately lose his life. Yeah? Says here, Atra Parishya Garudo. Yeah? Yadi Matasyanase Khadati. If you try, then Shadha Praner Vyujyeta. Yeah? So basically, he will immediately lose his life. And of course, he's saying the truth. Satyame Ramivyaham. Tarun?
Tāliya param vedam nānyasyam kaśyachan lehilaha avatassiddha garudada bhitama Kṛṣṇena cha vivasitam. Of all the serpents, only Kāliya came to know of this affair, and in fear of Garuda, he took up residence in that Yamuna lake. Later, Lord Krishna drove him out. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Raji?
कृष्णं हृदाद्विनिष्क्रान्तं दिव्यस्त्र गन्धवासं महामणिगणाकीर्णं जाम्बूनदपरिष्कृतम् उपलभ्यते स्थिता सर्वे लब्धप्राणा इवासवः प्रमोदिनी भृतात्मानो गोपाः प्रीत्याभिरेभिरे. Resuming his description of Krishna's chastisement of Kāliya, Sukadeva Goswami continued, Krishna rose up out of the lake wearing divine garlands, fragrances and garments covered with many fine jewels and decorated with gold. When the cowherds saw him, they all stood up immediately, just like an unconscious person's senses coming back to life. Filled with great joy, they affectionately embraced him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I think we'll probably pause here at this point. Yeah. And then we'll continue reading from Shlok 15 next Monday. Yeah. So pause this one, and of course we took a long break kind of, so we missed Diwali. Yeah. And so, but what we are going to listen today is Lakshmi Stuti and Lakshmi Mantra. So because of the Diwali thing, we are going to listen that now. Yeah. So let me get up. Yes, yes, beautiful Lakshmi Stotra. And
Yep.
and then we'll also hear 3 minutes of Deya Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi Astakam. Yeah, that's just 3 to 4 minutes. So we'll also hear Sri Mahalakshmi Astakam. Yeah, we share the screen. All right, so that was Mahalakshmi Strotam and then the Ashtakam of Mahalakshmi. Yeah. Cool. So then again, pause and meet on Monday. Yeah. See you Monday, 9 p.m. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.